All right. Howdy, howdy.
And we're back.
As always.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, this is a weekly thing. I kind of, like I said, it's like a relaxation time, even though some of it gets stressful when
So,
it don't work.
Yeah, there's been a few of those for sure.
But overall, if I had to rate it, it's like 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Just because it is.
Yeah, something to do and
It's a
some
good time, man. Yeah, I want to get other people chiming in. I'm sharing this out as me on my page.
sharing it out as me on mine.
Yeah, right. Get it out there, the shilling,
We
the
have
chat. Hopefully, that chat isn't sad and lonely today. If you're watching, just go ahead and if you want to say something, comment.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take
Yeah,
it. We'll take it. Criticize.
We can see it up on our screen now.
Yes, we can. 100%.
And it's what it aggregates like all the different chats, doesn't it? Or is it just
Yeah, it's YouTube, both YouTubes and Facebook. So
wherever you're at, we'll see it.
yeah, hopefully, watch it bitterly fail
Yeah.
utterly. No, I had some people comment, and I think I commented back, but I didn't switch to the right one. Like I commented for through Restream instead of on Facebook. You have that option. It's really weird. But
Let's see, another week with the automated shilling banner.
oh, dude, I'm gonna keep it up. I
Yeah.
want to add to it. I'm gonna put other stuff up there eventually.
Hey, run out ad space on it. Okay, that's what. Hey, man, the Twitch voice. Whenever you donate and you get to like write a message, people love that, man.
Oh yeah, they
Yeah.
do for sure. All right, cameras are up. Everything's going. So this week, you said something to me that I'm like, oh yeah, we can talk about that. And then a second thought, like, are we really gonna fill an hour with it? And I think we can spit some facts out,
We can
some
go.
history,
Yeah.
talk about some laws. There's other people that I value their input. I wanted to get that in, but scheduling, man, it's yeah, it doesn't always work.
Well, this one will be the floodgate for me. So then I'll be our test subject in the next couple weeks and be reporting on how it goes going through the process.
Fair, very good. Oh boy. Other than that, before we actually get started, I wouldn't call us YouTubers. I would say YouTubers in the fact that we do publish live stream to YouTube, Facebook.
Yeah, technically.
Technically, we do. We're not big.
I would call it more, I'd say podcasters first, the streamers.
Right.
Streamers second.
Yeah, secondary streamers. However, we are involved in the community, if even just a fraction. So, quick moment of silence going out. Emily Hartridge, did you hear about that?
Car accident, I think.
Electric scooter in the UK.
Oh, okay.
The UK's first electric scooter fatality or whatever, accident, like a fatal crash. Yeah, she ended up dying. She was a YouTuber. I think she started posting 7 or 8 years ago. So, yeah. I just muted,
Okay.
so there was no sound. I want to mute it. But yeah, no. I don't like that anytime you see... There's some dumb stuff, too. Like, we brought up the book where the dude wanted his girlfriend to shoot him, and they edited it. But that's just dumb, seeing kids do this stuff. On another note.
Yeah, but like just riding around trying to get to work or whatever, like commuting, yeah, that's just pure accident. Like there was no oh, sorry, you were just trying.
No, go ahead.
All right. But yeah, no, there wasn't anything dumb she was doing, you know what I mean?
No, she was just on an electric scooter, ended up hitting another vehicle, or a vehicle hit her. However, I didn't dig too far into it. I just saw that this morning.
Mm.
On another note, there was a guy. I forget even what country he was in, but he died. I think before they got him to the hospital or shortly after. He dang it, gotta turn it down just a hair. Um, he had community service to do. He gotten in trouble. I think he had like a temper and had been in some fights or whatever. He ended up going to court, got sentenced, had to do community service. To get out of that, he like strapped pillows to his back and had his friend shoot him with a shotgun.
Okay.
They thought the pillows would dampen the.
Yeah, but so kind of like draft dodging where like you break your ankle or something.
Yeah.
You thought that would.
But he thought he was going to get out of the community service.
Yeah.
And he ended up dying.
Well, yeah, that's like hey, shoot me in the back with that shotgun.
Right.
Yeah.
And it just.
A pillow does not make a good ballistics vest, man.
Yeah. And the point at which you're bringing a gun into the situation to try and get out of something else, or
you should probably just do the damn community service at that point.
yeah, or get views or whatever. You should probably really think about it. Unless you're one of the channels that like that's your thing, guns. You have you know how to be safe.
There's a lot of those out there. Yeah, but
Yeah.
they'll set up like, oh, I wonder how many phone books it'll take for this, and this,
Right.
Yeah.
Not just test the gun at a certain range and then up the caliber and hope that that's going to work with a thicker book at a closer range. That's not a good metric ever. Like, oh my. I remember hearing about that, and it's just like, wow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What were you thinking? I know you know what the problem was.
Oh no, I was referencing like people who did it safely.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and
like,
I'm saying the dummies.
Yeah.
Like, what were you thinking? I know what the problem was. They weren't high.
They weren't high. No.
They probably would have thought about it again if they were.
Or got hungry and forgot about it.
Yeah, exactly. Today's point. Excuse me, people. I am getting over. I'm not getting over. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow, but I have like a sinus thing going on. I'm going to share this out finally. What you said to me today was anxiety.
Yeah, so Pennsylvania has with our with the medical marijuana laws, you need a certain condition that's already on an approved list.
Right, to get on it.
And so far they've been like pretty serious medical conditions. But
like you need something really wrong with you.
Pretty much life-threatening or like chronic.
But anxiety
and Tourette's also.
Oh.
Yeah. Or put it on July 20th, get added to the list.
Wow.
But that's
okay.
But anxiety kind of opens up the floodgate a little bit with that because there's a lot more diagnosis for that every year. I read like there's 3 million new cases a year.
Dang.
Yeah. So, and it's like, it's more common, you know what I mean? Like it's easier to get a diagnosis for.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So.
Do you think there's going to be a huge amount of people flooding to the doctors to get?
There's probably going to be an influx for sure.
Like.
Yeah.
Anxiety, panic attacks.
Yeah. Well,
statewide.
Well, I've always had social anxiety, and like my wife is like diagnosed with anxiety already. And when she's the one who sent me the article, she's like, "Oh yeah, you're going to the doctor because you pace, you grind your teeth on your social anxiety and all that."
Like I see it being a good thing, but also, you know what I mean? It seems like good things can get ruined.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which not saying that about this. Like, have they ever done that? Any state? Have they, like, unleashed, or not unleashed, like, okayed it? Like, as far as medical marijuana or any other drug? Have they been like, oh, okay, that's all right for this? And they're like, oh, nope. And
Suddenly,
took it back?
once it's out there, it's pretty hard to take
it's
it
out
back.
there?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to have a revolt on your hands.
Yeah.
Did you see the thing about 1 million people? Like,
Area 51.
Yeah.
600,000.
Was that real?
Well, I mean, I think I can't tell if it's a meme, but like 600,000 people actually signed up saying they're going.
Right.
Then I saw a funny meme like, if you've ever been a local band, you know only 12 people are actually going to show up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Um, Imagine that though. Imagine that chaos.
Well, if that actually happened, you're just going to have either a lot of people getting arrested or some people getting shot, probably.
Right.
Like,
How many? The question is, how many people do they have to shoot before the rest of the crowd backs off?
probably.
Because it's not going to stop at one.
No.
I mean, the rest of the mob toward the back ain't even going to hear the first one go down.
No. I don't know. I don't think it's not going to go down. I don't imagine it going
Could
down.
you imagine that
either.
though? Like they're not.
Who's going to start running when they start rolling tanks out?
Right.
Like,
Do you think Rogan's show with Bob Lazar and then his documentary being on Netflix has a lot to do with it?
I didn't think about that, but now you mentioned that, the timing does kind of match up.
Right. That
Yeah.
documentary hasn't been out long,
Mm-mm.
and hasn't been out super long. And he was just on Rogan not long ago with the guy that did the documentary.
Mm-hmm.
And if you listen to that guy, it sounds crazy. The way he tells it, I mean, it sounds legit. Like
Yeah.
it does sound crazy, but he's talking about this like it's memories. Like he remembers cooking a barbecue
Mm-hmm.
or barbecuing last weekend or Memorial Day last summer, whatever.
Mm.
He remembers the 4th of July or opening Christmas presents with his kids, whatnot. He's talking about it like it's a memory like that.
Oh, I mean,
What do you think?
we're not going to know. I mean, I don't picture them. I don't picture people actually getting in there.
Area 51?
Yeah.
No. And then any of the other secure facilities?
Mm-mm.
I don't think they're getting in any of them. None.
Mm-mm.
Uh-huh. What if it's not aliens? Okay, what if the government's got like massive hydroponic operations just growing crazy?
Just crazy weed.
Yeah. What if that's it?
What if everybody shows up and they just start throwing like gallon bags at everybody? Like, there you go home.
Right.
Yeah.
How fast would that spread on social media? Hey, swing by.
Swing by Area 51 today only.
Oh shit.
They got the good shit.
Dude, there'd be people leaving from like whatever, East Coast, West Coast. Just they want the free ride.
Yeah. Well, more for the story, I'd say.
Story too.
Yeah.
I made it to the Midwest.
Yeah. Well, that's like the Southwest.
Yeah, South. You're pushing.
Yeah.
So you're a little past Midwest.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I made it. 8 hours.
Yep.
Good for you, man. How many laws did you break on the way?
Well, that probably not on the way. It's just once you get there.
So, you didn't sign up to storm Area 51?
No, I'm not storming Area 50. I got
I did. I thought you was with me.
No.
No, you're not doing it?
No, I'm not.
All right, man.
Remember, I'm a very like third or fourth way, like beta test the shit out of it before I'm on board.
You're not on
Yeah.
board till they beta test.
Yeah.
That's a good call. I think. Why? All right. Never mind. I'm being dumb. Yeah. I don't like being early bird
Mm-mm.
adopter for nothing.
Nope.
I mean, that's not true. I like Linux testing out the bleeding edge of stuff, but it's software.
Yeah.
I don't do that where it's a real consequence to like.
You're not throwing $1 grand down on a phone wondering if it's going to be,
Right.
Yeah.
Or if I install on a system, checking out a new distro, whatever. Yeah, I'm not.
Well, like buying the mic, like you researched the crap out of that before.
Oh
you
yeah,
settled
before I
on
bought
it.
it. And it's so impressive, in fact, that we're getting another one real soon. Another mic and another 286. So, anxiety's on the list.
Yeah. So I'm going. I'm making my appointment this week.
Check it out.
Yeah.
What if it's not the life for you, man? You just think. No, but I'm saying, like, just think. Like, somebody that used to do it, and then they haven't. And then they're like, oh, well, I can go get a license now. And they get it, and like, you know what? I'm not about this anymore. Like, I felt better before. Imagine
No,
that.
I've asked. That's the thing. I've talked to my because before we got married, we were together 8 years. So I was like, well, which am I better with it? And she's like, no, you're better when you're smoking.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
you got to
hey,
live with it. So
yeah. No, I agree. There's just an overwhelming amount of stories that it helps people,
yeah.
gives people that have no chance at a life.
Mm.
As far as the people with seizures, and I believe, I don't know, I think it was last year, Michigan took on its first CP patient, like cerebral palsy.
Mm.
I think that was last year, and that got added to the list. Do you understand that disease at all? Do you know what it is
I've known like I have a friend that I haven't seen in a while with it.
that has cerebral
Yeah.
palsy? I think it affects your motor skills,
Okay,
right?
yeah.
And
Mhm.
like you can, I don't
Very
want to say,
very physically debilitating.
right?
Yeah.
Like it affects your motor skills, muscles.
Mm-hmm.
It can cause spasms, twitching, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know a whole lot about it. I'm gonna learn more. Like it's just something because I've heard it, and I heard it a long time ago, like in a movie, a bad horror movie, used as a joke. Like the kid in the movie made a joke about you look like so and so with this,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, I thought about it. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. So
Oh.
yeah, I'm thinking about that. It gave me an idea to research something. But that's what I know about it.
Mhm.
Michigan taking on that patient, and I'm pretty sure they did at it. I should check this stuff instead of just throw it out there like it's real. We don't need facts.
No, never.
When have we ever needed facts here? Information is largely other people's problem,
Mm.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. Leave it to the researchers, man.
Debunk us. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We're waiting on it. I'm here, man. I'm here.
It's all right. But yeah, there's a whole slew of stuff that it does help with, either CBD or THC. Like,
In comparison, and so many people have said this, so it shouldn't even really be an argument. Dude, alcohol kills way more people. Yet that is the thing. People profit
cigarette.
largely from that. Cigarettes.
Yep. Marlboro Man.
Yeah, I mean, they've made money off me for so many years. It's crazy.
Yep.
And the damage those cause. And I mean, it's hypocrite, I guess. Yeah, call me that, whatever. Yes, I smoke, but I know they're bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not going to try and sue them.
Yeah, you're willingly taking on the risks associated with it.
But as far as the harm they do, those two are evil compared to what marijuana does.
Yeah, which it has gotten a bad rap.
Right, it did.
Yeah.
I mean, Reefer Madness and that whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, do you ever see any bits of that movie or watch it in its entirety?
I don't remember because it was back in the day, and I was partaking, and
Yeah, partaking.
yeah, and yeah, it was. We just would watch it for a goof and just laugh.
Right.
Yeah.
What was pretty bad and largely a lot of false stuff,
Mm-hmm.
in my opinion.
So Harry J. Anslinger
Who's this guy now?
was put in for like the first bureau of like narcotics. He was the first commissioner of it.
Okay.
Back in the 30s when it was.
And he was from around here?
Yeah, he was from Altoona. I just found that out
Altoona.
today. Yeah.
Wow.
He's from about
Like born there?
born and died. Yep.
In Altoona.
Yep.
And this dude
This was the guy who made it illegal. This was the guy who it was
like
his
started
job.
kicking it off to
You know what's messed up?
what?
When alcohol prohibition was going on, he was quoted as saying like, "No, it's not. There's not anything wrong with it
Oh,
with weed." Yeah.
really?
Yep.
Saying that there was nothing wrong with alcohol.
Yep.
But there, weed, no.
Oh no
marijuana.
no! Saying there was nothing wrong with weed
Oh,
before he got the job, like towards like his alcohol prohibition was the 20s, I believe.
yeah.
Yeah. So before he got the job to make marijuana legal, he was like, no, I don't see a problem with marijuana.
Imagine that. Speakeasies.
Yeah.
Speakeasies for marijuana.
Well, I mean,
Like
well-
smokers clubs.
yeah. They don't really exist. Those don't exist. Well, you figure where are they because it's
Right.
been prohibited
no,
for
But
the better
back
part.
then, like all the speakeasies during prohibition of alcohol.
Yeah.
Like people just going to drink, like hiding out
Mm-hmm.
in a club. And who was the gangster around at the time of that? Capone.
Capone. Yeah. Well, that's what like the Italian mob made a lot of got a lot of like money and influence from prohibition because that's where you got your booze from.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Prohibition. Let's I mean, people heard about this. Can I literally Google that word, prohibition? Oh, I don't want a dictionary. Prohibition in the United States was a nationwide constitutional. Wow,
Yeah,
constitutional ban.
it took an amendment and then like an amendment to undo it.
Ban on the production, importation, transportation, and sale of alcoholic beverages from 1920 to 33. 13 years.
Mm-hmm.
No drinking.
Yep.
Wow. Imagine that. Imagine being an adult back then. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Would you got in line and been like, oh, no.
I don't know. That'd be weird.
You can't drink that. Or would you be like, man?
I'd probably kind of fuck the man. I mean, let's you know, didn't stop me back in the day.
Right,
you know, so.
right. I don't know. You see pictures of it. And is there still people? Am I wrong in saying people make moonshine and sell that today?
Still do, yeah.
Like illegally?
Yeah, I think like there's been a couple like either History Channel shows or something like where they follow like moonshiners like down towards like Tennessee and Kentucky.
Right.
It's a big thing throughout Appalachia, I think.
No, it's a big. I know there's a TV show, fictional characters, Justified.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, Timothy Oliphant. Oliphant.
Oh yeah, Elephant. Yeah.
Yeah, the one bad guy from the Die Hard, but he was in other stuff. He plays in that, like a U.S. Marshal turned whatever. But yeah,
Vigilante, I think. Isn't that the?
I don't want to say vigilante, but yeah, he does have a bad habit of.
Yeah.
He is employed by the Marshal Service, but he takes stuff into his own hands.
Yeah, that's a vigilante.
Yeah, like his own justice.
Mm-hmm.
Good show. I think I watched 1 or 2 seasons. I haven't kept up with it. Life, man, gets in the way. But moonshine's one of the recurring things in that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure it's moved on to other stuff, but I don't know. But you can't drink. You can't smoke.
Well, you could smoke then, though.
Right.
Yeah, during Prohibition.
But look at that back then. That lasted for a year. Now we got people today saying, hey, you can't say those words.
Mm. Oh, I was at the parade yesterday, and they rolled by with a parade, and it said "paddy wagon." And I remember hearing there was like a Twitter outrage that you can't say "paddy wagon" anymore.
Oh yeah, right.
It's offensive to the Irish.
And it was in a parade.
Yeah.
What else did I see there? Yeah, I saw a couple things during the parade. I was just like, do I bring it up?
Mm.
No, I won't. No, I won't. I don't understand I don't know, man. Dumb ideas happen all the time. You can't drink, can't smoke. This is bad.
Well, okay, you may that's the thing. You may disagree with it, but you're just gonna, it's a whole bunch of wasted effort creating a black market, and people are gonna do it anyway. Like,
correct.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, you're never gonna stop it that way.
Well, and I'm not saying that everything should be legal all across the board.
So
all substances, all drugs, all everything. No.
Well, there's an interesting like argument to that though. Is Portugal? It's not necessarily you have to like legalize everything and say it's okay, but like they decriminalized everything.
Right.
Just focused on like treatment.
Right.
Like methadone clinics and stuff like that, and it saw like it actually it actually worked there. So, but people are always like, why won't it work here? They say like, well, there's more people, but I don't know. Worth a shot. It worked there.
It did.
Yeah.
I mean, and a lot of people don't like that. I've personally, myself, with my own ears, listened to people, I don't want to say outraged, but to an extent, mad, a little bit outraged, to where they would bring it up to other people about, like, doctors opening clinics, whatever, to get methadone treatment for opiates in the area.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, I don't want that here. That's going to make this an unsafe area. And it's like, no.
Not really. It's
Like,
pretty like in Portugal. It was pretty controlled, and I mean, I can think of a few like around here. Like there's some in State College, and so
yeah.
it's like
Well, it can do good for the people that want to do good with it.
yeah.
Now, within every group, you're going to have people that are up to no good. And there are people out there that try to do no good, always with something that is meant to be
Yeah,
good or helpful.
but those like people like that can like do like can cause harm with anything, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But to get an outrage, try and get petitions, whatever, going, be like, we don't want it in this area. It's a bad thing. Or always telling people, hey, it's a bad thing. This is where all the problems coming from. No, it's not.
Mm-mm.
Like, I even heard, and I don't have a name or a face, but I heard a woman say that it's an epidemic, which, yes, there is an opiate epidemic in the country. More so, it's turning more toward, like,
But that people are acting like, oh, that's like the everyday person's problem. But a lot of that started in the '90s with like fast and loose writing of opiate prescriptions,
right.
and then people couldn't afford the prescriptions anymore, turned to other sources.
Yes.
Yeah, and yeah, I remember. I think John Oliver covered it, and they were like in front of Congress, people being like, painkillers aren't addictive, like actually saying that.
Well, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Purdue Pharma, I think, they were the ones all their years saying, yeah, it's not addictive, not bad, da da da. But they keep making them, selling them.
Yeah.
And then later on, one of the guys, I think, involved directly, like one of the owners or the main people with Purdue Pharma, they wanted to start making like treatment centers for people for opiates. But then he was also caught on record saying, like, they're the devil, da da da. They're, ruined society. There's no help in that. Like, he's damning these people that he created all those years.
I wonder what the context was, because like a lot of times, like you hear of like Hillary Clinton like giving like one speech to the bankers and then like one speech to like other people, or like politicians in general. I won't even name it, but was like he saying that to like one group of people who just agreed with that viewpoint, and then turn around and like still do the clinics. Who knows?
I don't know if I'll be able to find it. This was a while ago I read this, but I'm going to try and look. Hold on. This might be it. Take a moment to look through this.
Oh, he thinks people are the problem. They're scummy, all this and that, but I'll take their money.
Right.
Yeah, like
Well, no, not that. They did all that, said that it's not addictive. It's to help. But in all those years saying not addictive, and finally it's proven it is. They still kept selling it, profiting. And then they were going to
open up the clinics to make
they were going to make their own clinics and own medicine to help treat, I think.
Well, I mean,
which is good, but he was on record in general saying, like, damning all these people.
Well,
like,
is he just trying to make money on the back end of it too?
Who knows?
Like, oh, now they're all hooked. Now I'll get the money treating them now too.
I'm closing this webpage. I got to mute this down because it's going to play an ad. I hate ads, man.
Yeah, I'm not,
like, I wish they need to come up with a program too, or an option.
An ad block of some kind?
Well, beyond ad block. Yeah. Like, look, you pay this fee. Like, you get YouTube with no ads, and then that money goes out to the...
Just like a general internet kind of?
Internet ad opt-out. It fucks up your browsers. Like...
Oh, yeah. It causes stuff to load janky. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big problem I have with it, but I can't find the article here. But I do know that was the whole context of it was like wanting to help, but then he's like wanting to help these people that he helped create, but also talking bad about them. And that was the context of it, and it's like, asshole. Like,
no, to me that sounds like he just wants to make.
You're talking out of both sides of your mouth.
Yeah,
like it don't work that way.
It sounds like he wants to get paid again. Like, open up the treatment centers, let's make some more money.
Yeah, no, they need to shut down. They profited enough, in my opinion. Anyhow, going back to the whole medical thing, not medical. Where is it? I pulled up this webpage about, I guess, marijuana, cannabis, CBDs, like everything in general, holistic health,
Hmm.
kind of. I don't know the dating, but you got 8,000 plus BCE.
For like when cultivation started.
Right, basically. And then 6,000, it starts counting down. BCE. Let's get to slightly more recent times. So then you got 23 to 79, 42 to 127, 100. When do we get into the AD? Or do they not label it like that anymore? Is that?
BCE. I forget. Yeah, I forget what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess it depends who's talking about it, how they're talking about it, what term they're going to use.
Yeah. Because BCE, I think they wanted to change it up, and that BCE stands for Before Common Era, but I don't know what the
And then there's CE, Common Era.
Before Common, and then Common Era. Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Construction of Samaritan gold. This is 0 to 100 CE. Construction of Samaritan gold in glass. Paste stash box for storing hashish. Coriander or salt buried in Siberian tomb. That was that. Just going through the whole history. Dude, like, it's 47. I'm just going to read out some of the years of all these little instances dealing with cannabis. Not all of them.
Yeah.
But you got 0 to 100, and then it breaks down some of that, 23 to 79, 47 to 127, and then other facts about years in between. The French queen, Arnagunde, is buried with hemp cloth. So they're making cloth as far back. Where did I read that? In 570. Imagine that, 570. We don't have this shit back then.
Mm-mm.
They're making cloth.
Yeah.
Would that be hand woven? It would have to be, right?
I don't know how you would go. I know you can make cloth out of hemp, but I don't know the exact process.
What is it? What's the thing that they weave on?
A loom.
Loom?
Loom. Yeah.
I guess they could have something like that back then.
Yeah. Well, I think you just make it into like string and then weave it.
Yeah. 850. The Vikings take hemp rope and seeds to Iceland.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know about that. I didn't know. Actually, I can safely say I didn't know about most of this stuff.
Well, I think the common thread you'll see is that a lot of it was hemp. A lot of it was used for textiles and rope.
And that was the large thing.
But you can also find, going back, like looking at cultures like medicine, like shamans would use it. Like it was used as an herbal medicine too. Probably, I don't know if you have any pop up there.
Angolian slaves. This is 1549. So Angolian slaves brought cannabis with them to the sugar plantations of northeastern Brazil. They were permitted to plant their cannabis between the rows of cane and to smoke it between harvest. Never heard about that. Didn't even, yeah. Like I said, all this stuff I don't know about. And it, like you said, a large part of it is hemp.
Large part, but also there was like you mentioned hashish.
Yes.
Like when Islam started to take off, it prohibits alcohol. Islam prohibits.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So that's where you see there's a correlation in the rise of hashish use. So, and its popularity.
See, I don't like talking about this, but I'm going to bring it up because the term plantation. You know what I mean? Some people take that the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, it does. It conjures up a lot of negative images.
It does.
Yeah.
And that's not the intention here.
But a plantation is just where you grow stuff. Like,
right.
Yeah.
This is 1800. Marijuana plantations flourished in Mississippi, Georgia, California, South Carolina, Nebraska, New York, and Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a thing in our country at one point until your dude.
Yeah, about the 1900s, though, too, is when you started to see people in America start to use like smoking, it became more common.
Going down the list, 1850 to 1915, marijuana was widely used throughout the United States as a medicinal drug and could easily be purchased in pharmacies and general stores. Imagine that.
Yeah, it took 70 years to like go from medicine to us bad to like medicine or we don't care, you know? Like
Right.
yeah.
But that's crazy. Think about it. You could go into a pharmacy and buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think there were large numbers of people back then that were?
I imagine it's probably about the same. Like it's not. I don't see like a whole bunch of people like out there using even today. Even
Right.
yeah. So
Well, I mean, there are people. Don't I mean just because we live in our own little part of the world here,
yeah.
but you go up to like New York, you can smell it.
I've heard that's New York City now. Yeah, like
And this is not like one person I've heard this from.
I've heard this from.
I've heard this in real life from people that go there, have been there, and I've also heard it on multiple different podcasts of people that
Okay, so there's got to be a lot of people smoking if it's in a city, and you're like,
If you
wow, this
walk-
city smells like weed.
yeah, if you're like walking through
Yeah.
like Manhattan or something and you're smelling weed.
Constantly, I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it just like overpowering down some streets. Like
No. Because you got to appease both sides. Because there's going to be people, no matter what, no, even if it is legal, there's people that don't like alcohol.
yeah,
Now, you know what I mean? There's people that don't like that, don't like cigarettes, don't like any drug. There's people that even are so against drugs and whatever that they won't even take like aspirin or something to help them with a headache.
yeah.
Resistant against that stuff even. I've known a couple throughout my life. How do you appease those people if it is going to be legal? You know what I mean? Like,
Same thing. Like I get like out. Like you got to buy alcohol or drink it in a certain spot.
yeah,
but
at home.
Yeah, but the issue, yeah, like in a large, like when people are concentrated like that, containing the smell, I guess, could be an issue.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll
What about
figure-
recreational? How does that work? That's not just like you can go everywhere in public and
No, there's I believe like certain spots in public or places.
there's designated areas.
Yeah.
Just like if you have a dog, you take it to the dog park. Or if you're walking it, you carry a bag with you to clean up its mess.
But yeah, you don't let your
Yeah.
dog go shit on the jungle gym.
Right.
Yeah, like
The same way you don't go get high on the kid's playground
no.
while, or the playground at daycare while
Yeah.
kids, never. Not like when they're out there playing, not when it's empty. You just don't.
No.
Yeah, it's kind of a common sense thing, I guess, but no matter which way it leans, where it ends up, I don't think everybody's ever going to be happy.
Well, nobody's ever. What's the old saying? Like
Fuck
you can't.
that.
You can't make everybody. You can't. What is it? Like you can make some of the people happy some of the time, but you can't make all the people happy all the time.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's something like that. Fuck that. We're going for 100% approval someday. We'll get it.
Yeah. Because that's the universe we live in. When
Probably after everybody's like, when it's just recreational worldwide
Yeah.
and everybody's a lot more
Oh, on that.
Chilled
front,
out.
Yeah.
calm, collective. Maybe not. Probably going to still be paranoid people out there. Okay, so here we're getting up to more recent years. When was it outlawed? 30?
The 30s. Yeah. Like 37.
34. U.S. Congress passed the Marijuana Tax Act, which criminalized the drug in response to Dr. William C. Woodward testifying on behalf of the AMA, told Congress that the American Medical Association knows of no evidence that marijuana is a dangerous drug, and warned that a prohibition loses sight of the fact that future investigation may show that there are substantial medical uses for cannabis. His comments were ignored by Congress.
Yep. So that's the thing. Harry Anslinger, it's suspected he was in the pocket of William Randolph Hearst.
which was
He owned papers.
paper mills.
Paper mills. Well,
Right.
he was in the news business, but also owned the paper mills.
Right.
Yeah.
And machinery to make the paper.
And the lumber. Yeah.
Right.
Yep. So it was direct competition. And we don't even use newspapers really anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
But people do use weed and hemp
Yeah.
and CBD.
Well, the Hemp Act passed. Like hemp is like people, you can grow hemp nationwide now. So, and CBD's like 50 states now.
Right. Okay. So you can just grow a plant that's never going to flower for the hemp on your own? Or do you have
I think you still have to, I don't know. I don't know if like everybody can do it, but like commercially hemp is available now.
Yeah, it's available commercially to purchase and whatnot. Because at a point it wasn't.
Yeah, well, yeah, like you'd have to like if you wanted like hemp seeds or hemp rope, like you had to buy it from Canada for a while. But yeah, like we're growing hemp at least now.
Sad, lonely chat out there. People need to comment. It's all right. Scientists. Yeah, it's just in pretty much anybody. I think most people are aware of the history from 37 on up.
Yeah, you get the fit for like the 40. Well, 40s probably too concentrated on World War II and whatnot and rebuilding.
Right.
50s, everybody was just like, we're all wholesome now. Can't have that. And
was the flags, were they not made out of hemp at one point?
Probably. Like, dude, everything was made out of hemp.
I want to see if this is actual a myth that I just heard or people talking.
Henry Ford made bumpers out of hemp.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
Ford cars.
Yeah.
Made out of the same plant.
You can take a hammer and it just bounce off.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Like a cool bit of history. Not as cool as like what was that Piecrete we talked about? That was pretty cool.
I'd say they're on par.
But
Yeah.
on par.
Yeah.
But a little cooler because it was a car, not a boat.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would have to imagine. Did they have epoxy and resin back then?
I think so, but I don't think it was as fine tuned as it is today.
Right. But I would have to imagine if he was making a bumper out of hemp, that it was somewhere along the lines of doing like fiberglass, like the epoxy resin over the glass matting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was the shape of a bumper.
Right. And it was hard.
And it was hard, yeah.
It would have to be something similar.
Mhm.
Glue and hemp, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just imagine people could be largely against Ford cars if they, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
All these years, hemp being in the cars.
Oh, he like tested it. I don't think it was ever like implemented.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow, no. Are you going to trust the fiberglass bumper?
I don't know, man. If it could, we'd have to see more testing. Yeah, not
More testing. You're not hopping on beta, we know.
Yep.
U.S. flag. Let's check this myth because I've heard many people say this and spit it out. I think it was in a movie.
That the original American, yeah. I mean, we were using hemp for rope and everything else back then too. I don't see why it wouldn't be. Why we wouldn't make why wouldn't you make a flag out of it?
Okay, this is a bit of old news, but that's what we do here. We cover old and wacky shit. Allegedly, and this is from abcnews.go.com. They're saying fireworks won't be the only thing flying high over the Capitol during the 4th of July celebration. This is from 2013, I think. Yes. An American flag made of hemp, a non-psychoactive variant of marijuana. It's the same damn plant, just not the flower.
Yeah.
Will be flown over the Capitol on the 4th of July. Industrial hemp, which is considered by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration to be a Schedule 1 substance. This was then, not
This
now.
before yeah.
Along with ecstasy and heroin. It gives it negative connotations, even being in that same category.
Yeah, they are not in the same category.
They're not even. Yeah.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think like that. Because if they've ever heard it or read it, like, oh, heroin. Oh, yeah, it's bad. No.
Drugs are bad.
Yes.
Yeah, just that mindset.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some dumb stuff in my time. I didn't totally agree with the whole explicit lyrics parental advisory label when that came out. Because I was getting some cool music, and then that came out, and then it was like, parents taking a second look.
Oh yeah.
It's
Time.
like,
Well,
nope.
well, I mean, I'm of age now, so
Oh, yeah.
I
Well,
can,
now it don't matter. I
yeah.
can buy explicit content.
Who cares?
Advocates say the plant has been unfairly demonized by drug regulators, even though it actually contains very little THC. Could you imagine
Yeah.
trying to get THC out of hemp, extracting it?
You can make protein and stuff. Like you can eat hemp protein and whatnot.
Right.
Yeah. Like
I don't know, man. It just seems that it's still illegal in some spots is crazy. In some states, probably never will give it the okay, give it the pass.
yeah. Well, there's been a lot of buzz that like we in the next 2 years we might see it federally passed, but I guess those states will be on the other side then of saying nah, not here.
Right.
But
I mean, what's it going to come to? Or what are they going to do? Are they going to secede from the rest of the United States? They're going to be their own country.
well, I imagine be like a transition period too, where it's like, okay, well, we had a time where it was federally illegal, but we let some states do it. Now it's federally legal, but you still have the option to opt out. You know?
Wow.
Yeah.
At that point, I feel like you're just being dumb.
Oh yeah. Like.
I mean,
But-
not only that, there's so many points we didn't touch on. Think about the massive amount of overpopulated jails
Oh yeah. Just.
for a plant.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying these people are innocent and angels.
No, it all depends. Well, like, okay, if you got busted and it was just a possession charge,
Right.
you know, that's one thing, but depends what else you did.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, somebody that was selling mad quantities, selling to kids.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, different circumstances.
Yep.
But you gotta. I think when you get a paintbrush and try and take broad strokes over something, it doesn't work.
Mm-mm.
And that's. Do you know what I mean? I think people try to do that a lot with different things to please people, and it don't. I don't think it really works that way, man, honestly. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
What do I know over here? Anyhow, we tried. We got a little bit out. I'm sorry. My voice is shit today. I'm going to the doctor tomorrow. I got to get antibiotics, get this cleared up. Dying.
Well, we're all dying.
Last show today, Tim.
All
It's over. We're done. Keep it going if you can.
right. All right, I'll keep it flying.
Disinfect the mic before you take it.
You do have like a last will with like all the account and password information written
It's
down somewhere.
documented on
Okay.
here.
All right. You
I
got
mean,
it.
maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
My memory's bad. Anyhow, no. To all you people out there that got anxiety all of a sudden, or if you've always had it,
Like me, always had anxiety.
how long till that's supposed to hit?
Oh, like
A couple weeks still?
no, for 6 days.
Oh,
Yeah.
6 days.
6 days.
Okay, so if you got anxiety, and are they limiting it? Can it be like social anxiety, isn't that the shit that gives you panic attacks?
Yeah, it's like I'll get like tightening in my chest and shit. Yeah, it's not
Yeah, I don't.
like grinding my teeth, pace. Yeah, it's not good. Stutter. Like if you haven't
Spit
noticed,
it-
if you haven't
spit it out,
noticed,
dummy.
yeah, if you haven't noticed after this many podcasts that I have a bit of a stutter here and there.
Maybe, man, maybe. All right, I'm gonna leave a comment out here for you people. Thanks for joining us. If you did, come back. We want to start filling the chat with people.
Yeah.
There's gonna be some changes happening.
Well, I saw last week's live stream got a little bit more, like, was doing a little bit better than most.
Yeah, but after the fact is
Yeah.
usually when it picks up. I want to get people here interacting live. Like,
Yeah.
I would really love to have people putting their 2 cents in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah.
just remember, if you get crazy and say something nutty, you're damning yourself.
No, yeah, it goes, yeah. It'll go right up there where everyone can see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Don't be scared. I say stupid shit all the time.
This is another thing, too. I want to bring this up just because it's kind of how I am. So call me a hypocrite, whatever. It's how my dad was. If there is something wrong, you got something going on, say anxiety, whatever, or you're having whatever, bad thoughts mentally, want to harm others, harm yourself, go get help.
Yeah.
I mean, and it could be something as simple, and I'm not diminishing all the people with anxiety out there. But something simple like that, depression, whatever. My dad would largely avoid the doctor, whatever, to his detriment. Like,
Mm.
you can't see. You need to get glasses. Why have glasses? Yeah,
Mm.
they're 20 years old.
Mm.
You might need a slightly different prescription.
Yeah.
So I'm talking about stuff all the way from like mental health to your own personal well-being to glasses, hearing aids, whatever. So many people put it off. Do you think it's a fear of doctors, or
Mm.
what do you think it is really? Why
Well,
people avoid
with some people, you hear that it's like the fear of like knowing, then maybe, or
knowing
like yeah, getting bad news. Like
from the doc,
yeah,
getting a diagnosis?
yeah,
That makes sense, I guess. Getting the bill if you don't have insurance, I guess, is another one that
Yeah.
people avoid that. I mean, I know I personally not went to the hospital because I didn't have insurance at that certain time.
Mm.
You know, and I'm talking painful stuff, like bike wreck, folded my thumb backwards, and I was just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I should have went, and I didn't,
Yeah.
and I still pay to it this day. It's like a little clicky and not. I don't have it.
A strong grip with your left.
I do like. It's hard to say, like, to go outward. It's very weak, like pressing out and gripping. I can grip, but yeah,
Oh, going. Yeah, I have a little bit of that with my right hand.
yeah. I folded this back, man. There should be meat in there, and it's like just empty, hollow. But anyhow, yeah. Insurance is one thing. Dude, I'm like totally congested over here. Sorry, people. Insurance is one thing, I guess. But look for help. There are ways to get help, I would say. Hopefully there is. If there isn't,
Yeah, there's a bunch of places.
I don't know. I know I used to be one like that when I was younger. I would avoid hospitals, doctors at all costs.
I wasn't. I like that's the thing. Like I be maybe anxious and shit, but yeah, I was always in the mindset that yeah, doctors are there to help. So
Right.
like I gallbladder out, like
Yeah.
like
I think that's where a big turning point was, because I felt so awful when I went in to get that gallbladder out. And yeah, I felt bad. I was sore coming out of the hospital.
but
And I even said to the doctor, like, look, I leave here, keep that. If I leave here and shit's not right, I want it back.
yeah.
Obviously not seriously. But I got out, and after it healed, just to not deal with that daily pain and to be able to eat food again was great. And I'm like, okay, it's time to start changing, grow up a little, go to the doctor. So yeah, if you got something you're avoiding, go get help with it, man. It's just, yeah, it's sometimes it's scary. Change is scary. Help is scary. Even asking for help. That's one thing that people like getting away, like pride, like
That's one thing I deal with. That
pride.
I have I have trouble asking for help.
Asking for
sometimes,
help.
Yeah.
Even to the extent of where you get whatever, it's embarrassing, or just pride getting in the way of you asking for help. Hey, I got this problem. I need help. Yeah. Don't do it, man. Get help. Get out there.
Yeah.
There's ways to get it done. And besides, the longer you avoid it, the bigger the problem can be.
Yeah. It can snowball.
All right, Tim. Let's do it, man. I'm dying over here.
All right, man.
Anyhow, people, thank you for joining us. Have a good week.
Later on.